Welcome, Eric Simon, also known as the Broke Agent. I'm very grateful, man, for you being here. I've followed you for probably a good 4 or 5 years. Maybe not a day one follower, but I've I've seen you grow massively over the past, 4 or 5 years, and you're like an awesome guy, very humble, straightforward, and funny. So thanks
A
for
lot,
being
a,
on, man.
a lot to live up to in that intro. I hope I
No,
cross as such.
you do it every day, bro. You do it every day. So just wanted to, if you can share with my audience, what's your story? How'd you get there? Briefly how you got started.
Yeah. So I started the Broke Agent 7 years ago now, which is crazy to think of. But I've been posting real estate memes and funny content for 7 years, like 2 or 3 posts a day. It's crazy. But I started in real estate out of college. I had a job at the Laugh Factory Comedy Club doing marketing, and that's kind of where I got my social media chops. Is I was posting to their Facebook and Twitter and doing like promotions for shows basically at the Laugh Factory. Quit that job, and then I got a receptionist job at a brokerage called Hilton and Highland in Beverly Hills. I was a receptionist for 2 or 3 months. It was a nightmare position, taking in calls, and I was an assistant to a lot of agents there basically as well. And then I actually got hired as a full-time assistant under David Kramer, who was a really good agent out there. Then I became a buyer's agent. And that's kind of when I started creating the content when I was on my own and I was not on salary and I was commission only. And I was sitting dead open houses. Tuesday, Saturday, Sunday, was dropping off expired listing packages, door knocking, cold calling, doing everything to no success whatsoever. It was an absolute nightmare. And then started the Broke Agent just kind of as a side project with a friend. And yeah, and now it's blown up and it's my full-time job. And we are creating a full-fledged media company out of it.
I love it. I love it. So when you started, you said you've been doing like 2 to 3 posts a day. When you started, did you envision it to be as big as it is now? And when did it like pivot to become like your full-time business, right?
Yeah. I always, when the idea came to fruition and we actually started posting, it got really quick engagement. People loved it immediately, basically. So it was really cool to see that immediate embracement from the real estate community. Tom Ferry reposted us, within the first week or 2 weeks. Ryan Serhant reposted one of my posts, very early on, I think back in 2015, and that really helped.
Wow.
But, I had an idea that this account, at least the Instagram account, would get big. I didn't really know the full scope of what was going to happen with it. Was I going to sell t-shirts? Was I going to do speaking gigs? I knew that it was cool and that it was funny and that people enjoyed it. And that was really my focus for the first 3-4 years, was just grow the audience, keep doing this consistently, and the opportunities will eventually come.
So when did it pivot? When do you say when you hit 100,000, 50,000 followers, or like when did it change to a business?
It changed to a business within the last few years when I really started to monetize it with, the template platform, speaking gigs. And I started really focusing on Instagram strategy and kind of providing the agents who follow me with a little bit more value than just humor. I knew humor is value in itself and it was a great escape for agents, but I knew I could offer way more because I've kind of become a social media / Instagram, not guru, of course, but expert, in the sense that this is what I do on a daily basis, is attempt to get more engagement, more followers, and attract more attention. So I really became kind of a brand building expert, and I started doing consulting gigs, speaking gigs, posting content for agents, that type of thing. And now we are about to launch BAM, Broke Agent Media. This is an exclusive, first time announcing it here.
Yeah.
In the next, yeah.
Thank you.
In the next, yeah, of course. Yeah. Anything for you in the next 3 weeks.
So how do you, 2 to 3 posts a day? I try to stay consistent myself. My minimum is like one. Do you have like a team behind you, or how are you managing it?
For the Broke Agent page, there's no team. We now have a staff that's helping us with producing all of our podcasts. So we're coming out with 3 more shows, and we have editors and a producer and a copywriter and stuff. But for the Broke Agent, that's me, because that's my voice, and I wouldn't even trust anyone with that account. But yeah, the 2 to 3 posts a day and, 5 to 15 Instagram stories a day, basically,
Sorry.
plus Facebook posts, plus Twitter posts. I do, 4 or 5 a day, plus posting on YouTube, plus posting on Over Ask Podcast, Instagram. It's, email blast. It's really become like a full-time content job. But what was the initial question?
Yeah, but the broke agent is you.
That's all me.
100%,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Cause I'm responding to all the DMs, responding to all the comments. It's really important to maintain the integrity of that voice. And people know, I think people over the years, I'm sure you've kind of seen my sarcastic voice in the comments, in the captions,
Yeah.
when it's me actually on the Instagram stories. So I think losing that would be detrimental to the brand. So that will always be me. At least I think, unless someone else could capture my voice, which would be great because I don't enjoy, being tied to Instagram and having to do this every day. It's annoying.
So, but yeah, but it's kind of like become like second nature for you. I'm assuming, and it's like part of your daily routine.
Yeah. Then the
I mean,
content's coming to me more. So at the beginning in 15 and 16, I had to come up with everything. And as I was an agent, I was getting more content. And the less agent work I do, which now is next to nothing, I thought that the content would fall off because it's like, how could I possibly be relatable when I'm not participating in the actual weeds of this? That's what was so cool about it, is everyone knew this is an agent clearly that's just like struggling and has anxiety and is going through the day-to-day struggles of an average agent. I'm not just some like luxury asshole that's crushing it. So I thought that would, kind of hurt my content in the long run, but it's actually helped in the sense that now I'm just watching so much content of other agents and going in Facebook groups and getting so many submissions, whether it's in my DMs or Discord or Facebook page or whatever, that I'm getting more content than I could have ever dreamed of that's being like handed to me. And people are actually submitting content. There's so many realtors now that are posting funny content. Back when I started, nobody was.
Yeah, it's
People were
definitely
scared
inspiring. And it resonates with so many people, right? You start in this industry that we are. I mean, I'm a loan officer myself, but first couple of years are tough, right?
Yeah.
And you find a page like that, and like there's other pages now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Actually agents, and
Yeah, he
I'm sure
crushes
there's
it.
he's doing very well too. But like it resonates, right? It's like, and it's comforting, and then if you can get extra tips while you're at it, like you can grow your business, why not? But
Yep.
that's amazing. So what are you focusing on? Are you, first, my other question was going to be, do you do like batch posts, or like do you batch record, or do you like create posts, like 5 posts all at once, or everything comes to you daily?
Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a concrete strategy with it. I think a lot of it comes to me daily through DMs or through whatever's happening in my life, or, getting tagged in a post, or just scrolling through Instagram, seeing a funny video and being able to attribute a caption to it. So I'd say that's about 50% of it. Then I have, the notes section on my phone, and on my computer, I have a list of kind of concepts under different categories: open house, inspections, cold calling, door knocking, lead generation, commission disputes, that type of thing, that kind of categorizes all the jokes. And those are just kind of my thoughts, and I can formulate those into different posts, whether it's a tweet, I'll test something out on Twitter, or I'll make it into a meme, or I'll throw it into a video, or maybe I'll try a skit with it. I mean, I haven't done skits in a while, but
yeah,
now I have other people that are doing skits as well, like Matt Leonetti, Dan O'Neill. So we are constantly bouncing ideas back and forth with each other. But I don't really content bank necessarily. I kind of have an idea of what to post, but a lot of my content comes from what's going on in pop culture too. So if it's, February right now, or it's March, March Madness is coming up. So I'll start doing kind of posts around the NCAA tournament, there's St. Patty's Day, the Oscars. So I'm always kind of very aware of what's happening in pop culture within holidays, and I could kind of plan my content around that.
You have to, right? I mean, that's how
it's called trend jacking. And
trend jacking.
When you can trend jack, don't do it too much.
It helps with the engagement, right?
It helped. Oh my God, it crushes engagement. I did it like on the Super Bowl. I posted that meme of 50 Cent upside down. This one got like 25,000 shares. So if you could hit that moment, those are like the real moments of growth. If you could hit a viral moment or talk about the South Park in real estate or something like that, that is when you capture real attention.
Speaking about that, I created the same post.
There you go. Exactly. That's great.
It wasn't easy, right? Pop culture moment.
Yeah.
Are you doing any Instagram Reels or TikTok? And what's your thought about those or short form videos?
Yeah. I'm not doing as much myself as I should. Instagram is favoring content that is created originally, and I need to be doing it. But the memes and video caption reels, which I do daily, crush it. I mean, I just did one yesterday that got like 700,000 views. So I haven't really needed to yet, focus on doing just me, but I need to. So on TikTok during the pandemic, especially, I was doing a TikTok every day or every couple of days. And it was just really fun because no one was doing anything. It was fun learning that platform, fun learning like the new editing features, fun attributing songs. But I'm doing so much more video now because I'm on podcasting and I'm doing speaking gigs. I'm doing so much more other content that's going to be coming out soon that it's not really me, lip syncing to something or acting out like a trending audio. But I do need to do more of that, and people should do that because the more people see you, the more engagement it gets.
100%. But
you hideous or something.
You do have the Over Ask podcast, which is you're posting those as reels or short clips or short forms.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's with Matt Leonetti.
Yep.
He's awesome.
You're taking notes like you're a doctor. Every time I say something, you're like, oh, okay, so that's what you're doing. And then you just write a little note like you're going to follow up with me.
I'll go back and re-listen to this for sure.
Yeah.
But so tell us some ways that you're monetizing on Instagram that, others can as well.
Well, what's going to be cool about Instagram is they're actually rolling out monetization features for Reels itself. So I just got a monetization badge where I could actually get badges and donations during Instagram lives. So Instagram is competing with TikTok because TikTok has a creator platform where you could actually make money from. And YouTube obviously has AdSense and other monetization features, super chats. So Instagram is now realizing like, okay, we have to take care of our creators because they're going to start going to other platforms if we're not taking care of them. So that's going to be great. We have our template platform where agents can brand and customize exclusive broke agent content and, email blasts, blog posts. Basically, it's an entire marketing kit, and that's with coffee and contracts. So that's been a huge monetization aspect. I think I've signed up over 1,000 agents for that. And it's for agents who don't know what to post. And also it helps them come up with content. Like they don't have to use my actual verbiage. They could throw their own captions on it, their own branding. And now we've evolved where we're actually coming up with Reels ideas for them to film. And this comes out on a monthly basis. So it's the best like trending marketing package you could possibly get. So check that out. And then, we have podcast sponsorships. I do brand deals, speaking gigs, and merchandise. There's like 6 or 7 revenue streams right now.
Is the merchandise a good, source of revenue? Or
I'm not going to retire off of, selling Over Ask mugs.
Yeah.
Kind of sick though. There you go.
I'll definitely buy a couple for myself.
Okay, yeah, I'll be checking Shopify to make sure you do.
I will.
Okay.
I'll send you a screenshot.
Okay. But it is, merchandise also is great around holidays. We sold $6,000 or $7,000 worth of Christmas sweaters in like a 3 or 4 day period. We want to do that with holidays, and we want to come out with more merchandise for sure. But there's so much back end stuff that goes into that. There's not always customer complaints, but you're dealing with customer service issues. You're dealing with people who somehow didn't get the package. You're dealing with people who order the right size, but it doesn't fit them. And it's too much for just me to handle at this point.
Awesome.
But it is a good, supplemental revenue stream.
That's definitely a lot of ways to monetize, for sure. When is there a certain number that you would recommend? Once you have 5,000 followers, 2,000, 10,000, before you can start doing merchandises or these templates? Or no,
the merchandise thing, I mean, that's not going to be a big push for us. That's kind of just like, hey, if you want to support the brand, or if we come out with something funny, like we want people to wear clothes that actually help them get leads too. So that's kind of the idea of it. The merchandise has never really been the goal of monetization. I think people that kind of get into that too early of, oh, I have, 3,000 followers, I'm going to sell my own merch now, are kidding themselves because the conversion is next to nothing. And it looks douchey almost if you just start selling merch immediately. Like you see, I very rarely plug it. I plug it maybe, once in November, once in December. It's up on the website. If you want to buy it, you can. It's great. I'm wearing one right now, this Key logo one. And we have, cool hoodies and cool long sleeves and stuff like that. But I don't think it's really a certain number. I mean, I didn't start trying to monetize this until I really had an established brand, until I had an audience, and until I had a product that actually helps agents. I'm not just going to start promoting shit that doesn't work.
Gotcha. Hey, looking back at the broke agent, what is one thing you would have done differently?
That's a good question. I think I would have taken speaking classes immediately. So I spoke at Inman News in 2015.
Wow.
And I spoke like right when we started this and had no idea what to talk about. This is before Instagram strategy was even on my mind. It was just people just wanted to know the story of the broke agent, and they were so confused by it. But I did not do great at these speaking gigs. And I basically was scared to do a bunch of them and missed out on a lot of opportunities and networking because of this. So I would have definitely, and I still can, take speaking lessons because I want to become more of a speaker at these events, because I get invited all the time, but I'm sometimes just like, I'd rather just go and like party and network with people, because that's like part of the brand too, is actually getting to meet people. So I would have definitely done that early on. And then YouTube for sure. I would have focused way more on YouTube. I completely slacked on that when we came out. 16, I created like a rap video, which was funny, kind of. I deleted it actually last week.
I'd love to see that.
It's dated and vulgar and would probably get me canceled today. But in 2016, it certainly wouldn't have. And I would have definitely doubled down on YouTube, because 15, 16 was a way easier time to grow on YouTube. And we're just getting into it now. And now we're seeing that growth. But I kind of left my channel stagnant for years by only doing like sporadic skits, because I didn't know what to do on long form. But now with the podcast and implementing all these other shows that we're going to come out with, it's going to blow up.
So you are posting the podcast or other skits on there?
Yeah, we're doing the podcast. We have 3 new shows coming out too, with other creators in the real estate space that will be doing podcasting. We have a real estate news show that's called The Walkthrough, that's similar to like a Barstool Rundown, where we're going to have like trending topics and reoccurring characters and stuff. We're going to have long form skits, news, basically everything. It's going to be like your one-stop media company shop.
I remember when you were on Newswire and you posted that it went terribly wrong or something. You
Housing Wire.
Yeah. Housing Wire. Sorry. Yeah.
That was summer 2020, I want to say. And
that was 2020.
I was like the last speaker on the last day, and the connection just kept getting screwed up. It was on Zoom, and then I called in and that connection was messed up. And it was honestly just an awful experience.
Yeah, it looked awful, but it was funny the way you posted it on stories. Yeah. It's like if it's gonna happen to someone, it's gonna happen to this guy, you know?
Exactly. I was thinking about it all day too. Like I was testing my internet. I did like previews with them and everything to make sure it was all okay. And that's what happens at these Zoom conferences. But thankfully, it's mostly in person now again.
So your shameless plug. One more time, how can others support you? How can I support you? We know of the broke agent, but what are other ways? I mean, I see ourselves as small businesses and love supporting small businesses. So just let us know. And where can we, where can others connect with you?
Yeah, Venmo me at the broke agent. Just start sending me donations. No, follow the YouTube channel, subscribe to at the broke agent on YouTube, and follow Broke Agent Media on Instagram. BAM, this is the new media company. It is going to be live at the end of March, and it's going to be news. It's going to be video. It's going to be shows. It's going to be basically the Barstool of real estate is the goal. So I would love for people to follow there. You're going to get so much more value. I'm still going to be doing the broke agent humor on the broke agent accounts, bad real estate picks, over ask, all that stays the same. But we are partnering with another large creator who's going to be doing like the news version of real estate basically, and breaking it down into super digestible, entertaining bits for agents, loan officers, whoever. So it's going to be awesome.
I love it. Can't wait to see it. Who's the other creator?
I can't tell you yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Tom Ferry. Just kidding.
Tom Ferry?
No,
No, not yet. All right.
not yet. One day, maybe.
What about NFTs? Lastly,
What about him?
are you into the space, or are you looking to create something yet?
Yeah, we were thinking of that, and now is not the time. We have a Discord community. I don't think the community is strong enough yet. We were about at like 1,800 people. But, once you get into an NFT, that's your life's work too, right? I mean, this is what 100%. Gary Vee's talking about all the time. So I don't think we're in a position yet or have the bandwidth to make sure that I wouldn't want that to be my sole focus when this actually happens, whether it's in the shape of a referral network or, it gives them access to exclusive content. Like, we thought about different ways to do it, but we don't have the infrastructure yet. Once Broke Agent Media is launched, I think that's definitely an opportunity. And I love the NFT space. I'm huge into crypto. And I think it's a really cool way to, own a piece, basically, not necessarily in the company, but own an aspect of the company for sure.
Exactly.
So, and, as the brand goes stronger, that only becomes more and more of a possibility. But right now, I think it's not the right time. Because also it does feel like it's a huge bubble right now as well.
Oh, so it does. It is.
I kind of want to see this play out and see other people in the real estate space that take on NFTs and kind of learn and see what's happening with that before we just dive into it, because you're indebted to your NFT holders. How Gary V always talks about with V Friends. He's like, this is, the worth of these NFTs is all based off of how his company performs, how these conferences go for him. So that becomes another, major worry of mine. If we were to implement something like that now, that would become like my full-time focus, is how do I keep providing value to these NFT holders? And right now I can keep providing value with free content and everything. So I'm just going to keep doing that. And when the time's right, we'll do it.
I love it. Yeah. But it's also, strike it while it's hot, right? This is time to monetize with it. But at the same time, you don't want to rush too much with it.
Yeah. And you can do a lot of things that you would do with an NFT just without the NFT.
Such a good point.
What I'm saying? Like, you could still provide value and say like, hey, sign up for this year, membership or whatever. We'll give you exclusive content and we'll do all this without making it an NFT, because say whatever happens in that year doesn't work out, then the NFT becomes valueless. So you're just adding an extra layer to something that doesn't need that addition. But exactly, you do want to strike while the iron's hot, and you do want to capitalize on what's hot and trending for sure, but you don't want to do it to where it, kneecaps your brand.
That was so good. Because it's like most people are like, well, I need to create an NFT to provide people with value. No, you don't. Like, you can do that every day on your Instagram, on your Discord, wherever you're at. So
because once you start that, then you got to keep going with it, right? So if we say, hey, we're going to give you exclusive content, you're this NFT holder, but something in my life changes, or, the content creator that I'm doing it with, something in his or her life changes, and then it just changes the entire scope of what we had promised, then you have something that is now a nuisance and is not providing value. And then those people just start to get pissed at you. They're like, well, I bought this NFT and what I was promised hasn't happened yet. Like, I see this in a ton of NFT communities where this, the phase 2 or phase 3 is supposed to be this incredible thing. And then it ends up not being that incredible thing. And then all the holders are pissed and they get dumped on, and the floor price starts dropping, and it's hell. So
exactly.
And also the real estate space, realtors are, average age is what, 50, 55. So they're just so far behind in all of this that there's so much tension just to get them on another platform. Getting them on MetaMask, teaching them how to purchase might be, a really difficult process until, this is more mainstream. The real NFT heads would 100% get involved with something like this, but not the average agent, which is who I'm trying to go after too. Like someone who's like, I want to be a part of this, but I can't even purchase it because I don't even know what the hell I'm doing. Exactly. If they're not even on Coinbase or something, then how are they going to buy an NFT or even understand what it is?
Yeah, the wallets are still a little complicating
Yeah.
for the average cell phone user, I would say. Yeah.
Yeah.
Even friends my age, I mean, I'm 31, 32, and they're very, very skeptical of NFTs. So
Are you 31 or 32?
well, turning 32 now in April. So
Oh, nice. I turned
31.
32 literally today.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow. You're doing this on your birthday. That's
Yep.
even more meaningful. You're
You
the
scheduled
man.
it today.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
I did.
You sent me not a Calendly, but just one block for one time.
I'm
So, you know
sorry.
what? No, you're
But
good. You're good.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Eric,
Yeah.
I appreciate you. You're the man. I can't wait to see what you do next, what the future holds for you. It's exciting and it's inspiring. I'm sure you've inspired many like you have with me. But yeah, keep crushing it, bro.
Awesome.
Look
Thanks, man.
forward to it. Thank you. Thank you for being
Appreciate
on.
it. For sure.